GMD, bring in the party skeleton. Thank you. Now put an explosion in the background. Hey guys, it's GMD Haunts, and today I'm going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the Lowe's Halloween 2025 Party Skeleton. Alright, so this is brand new for the 2025 season, and this is like a little budget animatronic that they are selling this year for $100. So this guy's like 3 feet tall, and it looks like I have to cut some tape, so let me just Alright, so I got the tape off, it's right here. Let me just throw that over there. Okay, that hit something. This is a very small box for this guy. I'm kind of surprised because he is kind of huge. He has a big head, and as you can see, it is right here. Look at that. So this will be a shorter unboxing because there's like really no setup to the guy, but let me go ahead and take out the head right here. Apparently, yes, he is weatherproof. So there is his head. Let me go ahead and take this out of the box, or the bag, sorry. Alright, so I untied the bag and here we go. That actually looks really cool. I like that. The little headphones, looks like mine move. The headphones are cool. Nice little detail, I like that they added the headphones. And his eyes, I think, light up and the headphones do, so he has a huge head. There is his head. Alright, so basically this will be a little bit different of a setup just due to how you know, small this guy is, and it's probably going to be a very simple setup. This is made by a new company, I think. It's not Tekky. So here is his body and the mech and everything. As you can see, it comes with the hands and the control box right there, or I think that's actually the mech. So yeah, there is all those parts right there. Alright, so I think this is the base, but yeah, this will be a different type of setup. Here is the adapter, which is kind of just like out of the box, and the instructions right there. So yeah, there's that. So let's see what's next. Alright, this is the base. Alright, yeah, this looks like pack, but it isn't. I'm pretty sure this is just a brand new company. But this is the base, and it looks like, yes, the control box is on the bottom of the base. Here's a close-up of that. This is actually a different control box. So yeah, there's the base and control box. Alright, and it looks like the final pieces in here are the shoes. They got screws on the bottom, so that's not a good sign. It looks like I have to screw these in, but the shoes do actually light up. I did not know that, but there are the shoes. Alright, now that all the parts are out, we can close up the box, throw it, and let's get to the setup. Alright, so to start the setup, like I said, this is going to be kind of a different style video than I usually do. But the base does come in half. No, this isn't a pack animatronic. I'm pretty sure this is a new company. So, kind of connects like a pack base. As you can see, it's kind of like, you know, connects like that. And looks like I have to bend this a little bit to get this in here, so let me try to figure this out. Alright, there we go. And then you have to, this is kind of a tighter thing right here. Take the snap locks, and boom, they are in. So now that I had the base all put together, I think the next step is to put on the shoes, which do unfortunately require screws. So let me get the shoes. Alright, so I got the shoes, and the screws are inside the little baggie with the instructions and adapter. So we're going to flip the base over like this, and we're going to put each shoe on with one of the screws, and it's going to go into this hole right here, and it's going to screw in just like that. So let me do that right now. I hate screws. Like, with a passion, I hate them. That was my dog. Sorry about that. I do not want to get a screwdriver. Do I really need a screwdriver? I think I got it. Almost there. Yes. Yes, I do got it. Alright, nice. So there's actually something on the end of the shoe. It's like a little bump, and it goes into the, here, I'll just show you right here. As you can see, right there, that just sits right there. Oh, sorry. That just sits right there, and the screw goes into there. So you don't really need a screwdriver to put in the screws. You don't really need a screwdriver to put in the screws, but if you want it to be more secure, then I recommend getting the screwdriver. But it's pretty simple and straightforward already. So yeah, as you can see, the shoes are already on, and the shoes do light up. There is wires going to the shoes. So yeah, I think the next part of the setup is to put on the torso and the mechanism. So let's do that. All right, so I did get the torso and mech out of the bag, and it's just a simple snap lock. So let me go ahead and turn it over. As you can see, just snap locks in, really simple, no screws needed, nothing like that. And there's tape on the back of this, which is fine. I'll remove that soon. But these arms are posable, which is really nice, so you can just kind of like pose them however you want to. And so are the legs, obviously. It'd be weird not to have these posable, especially since this guy moves. And I think you just kind of like put his legs into the shoes right here. I'll figure that out though, so yeah. So the next part of the setup is to actually put on his head and then do the wires, and it's really done. So let's do that. All right, so I got the head right here. I love this head. This head looks really cool. I like the cartoony style. Kind of reminds me of Target skeletons a little bit. So next there's just this like little like orange snap lock that you have to put in, and I think you have to connect the wire first actually, because I really don't know how this is gonna go. This is weatherproof, which is really nice too. I didn't really expect them to be weatherproof. So let me go ahead and like see if I can do this. Hopefully. Oh, never mind, I'm just dumb. This is what you screw. You just have to press it in. I knew that. Alright, we're gonna stick the wire down there. No.
Where's your tape?
Alright. Alright, and there's an orange like snap lock tab right here, I think. Yep, there we go. So the head is on, and I'm now gonna wire him up. So let's do that. All right, let's wire him up. He has a lot of wires. He has like 3 going to the lights and mechanism up there. He has 2 coming from the shoes and the legs. So let's figure this out. There's 3 right here. These obviously go to the ones up here, so let's just see how this goes. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. That's 1. I'm not gonna put on the water cap because this is indoors, obviously. There's 2. I think this is the last one right here, right? Yep, there we go. Alright. I already did plug in the head wire, so now we just got the ones going to the feet. So we are done with the wiring, so now we can plug in the adapter. Alright, so the adapter, as you can see, goes in right here. I think this is the right way. I'm dumb. It's this end. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. One way, come on. Only goes in one way. There we go. Alright. Now that that's in, this is kind of a weird control thing. I haven't seen this before, so let me just like show you guys real quick. Alright, so I brought the camera up a little bit closer. As you can see, you can't really read it that well, but it has on, sound, and I think this is, yeah, off/try me. And then this is how the volume works right here. This is the mode, so you click that and I think it goes through this cycle. And then obviously you get the volume right here. This is a very small speaker, so the sound quality might not be great. I have seen him in person, but he wasn't really like turned on. So I'm gonna just turn him on when I plug him in, and then I'm gonna have his volume up a little bit and we'll see how he works. So let's get to the demo. Alright, so I have him all wired up and ready to go. I just had to put his legs inside of his shoes, but he is all ready to go. So let's go ahead and plug him in. So yeah guys, that was Lowe's Halloween 2025 party skeleton. This is going to be a quick review because the video is already a little bit longer than I expected it to be. But overall, I think this is a great animatronic. I have a couple pros and cons. We'll start off with the cons. I don't like the control box system on how it's set up. I don't like how you have to switch through the modes in order for him to turn on. And I feel like the audio could have been a little bit better, like quality, but it's, I mean, for what you get for 90 bucks, it's not bad at all. Overall, everything else on him is pretty cool. I like the lights. I like the character design. I think it's really cool. This is a great animatronic overall, honestly. A very good budget piece, and if you want to start getting into the community, this is definitely a great starter animatronic as well. At the time of recording this, Lowe's and Home Depot's manager meetings have already happened, so Lowe's is coming out with a new line of these guys, featuring a Rockstar version, and then a party dog and a party mummy. Overall, pretty cool. I think it's cool that they're continuing the line. I think these are great budget animatronics, and they also have a few other budget animatronics this year, like the mummy. I really like the mummy, and then a few other items too, like these pumpkin guys, which is made by the same company as the party skeletons and dogs. Overall, this is a really cool animatronic. I definitely recommend this guy, especially for the price, I think, of 90 bucks. Pretty good deal of what you get. And yeah, that'll be the end of today's video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.